My computer's acting up again. I know it looks like here that I deal with nothing else except the torment that my ex left me in, but I actually do deal with a lot of other things in my life, and I know it looks like there's a person standing behind me, but actually, that's not. There's no person standing there. It's a coat rack. So I just wanted to say that I know it looks like something, but it's not. Because whatever you see online, basically, like, just whatever I feel like I can't deal with on my own, I kind of expel here and I let it out and I vent. Or if I'm, stopped from saying something or communicating, this is sort of like a channel for me to be able to communicate to nothing and no one except I wish I could just talk to someone to just say goodbye at least and have them say goodbye to me at least. But so I know it looks like that, but you know, you never know everything about a person's life and what they're dealing with. While it does tie up a lot of my attention, which is the reason why I'm trying to find every solution I can possibly find to let it go and like release that like it it sort of works in reverse. Like it doesn't seem like it, but I'm trying to let go, and I feel that the more I let it out of my head and just like express it and just put it out in the universe, I'm trying to get it out of my system and get it out of my head and like thereby let it go. But it never ends, it seems. And I was doing fine with that. Like, I was starting to get to that point of like really being able to let go in February and March, and then boom. But the problem is what happened, what shouldn't have happened. Uh, he decided to just try to brush it off and shove it under the rug and not actually let it go peacefully, which is what I had wanted to do. But he changed that, not me. So I've still been looking for that and will, like, it's almost sort of like there's no choice but to look for that. I mean, why would you not want to end things peacefully, especially if the other person is reaching out to try to end things peacefully, and then you say like, well, I just can't, and I just have to run off, and I'm gonna even move so that you can't find me, and I'm gonna block you everywhere, and really? You want to make me out to be that kind of person? That's what you want? But how does that leave the other person on the other end? And how do you live with yourself leaving them like that when they're not actually like that? And they're actually a good person, loved you dearly, would have done anything for you, and were fiercely loyal to you. So, so now I'm stuck, you know? and I can't do anything about it. Doesn't matter who I talk to, doesn't matter how many times I talk about it, doesn't matter how many times or videos I post about it, it does not matter unless I speak to him and he just gives me forgiveness for whatever he's so upset with me about that he can't speak to me and he has to move to even try to hide from me. It's like, stop being so cowardly. Do you know what I mean? Like just like what am I gonna do? You know, like, why must you hide from me? What am I gonna do? I'm this, like, I'm harmless. Do you think I'm really gonna try to hurt you? No? No? But, but you fleeing from me as if you're fleeing from some crime scene or something like that hurts me. Negating everything that we went through and disrespecting that as if it was nothing and then never speaking to me again hurts me. And you don't get to say whether or not that hurts me or whether or not whatever like that hurts me. So you did that, not me. Like, I didn't imagine you. You're real, right? So like you calling me a bad person and crazy and delusional and all of that sort of crap, it's sort of like, well, you're just trying to avoid accountability. I'd really like you to help free up this attention of mine because it does stick my attention. And you don't understand how it does. But that shouldn't be a reason for you to just turn around and be like, you know what? I owe you a goodbye, a peaceful goodbye, and no blockages, and just respect and understanding and kindness. It whatever I think or whatever is my experience should not stop you from having the integrity to turn around and go, you know what? We had a good run of things. Cool. Like, let's be cool. You know what I mean? That's all I'm asking for. It literally ties up my attention every single day. And I'm not going to hold back anymore. Like, why should I? Like, I don't understand. Why don't I deserve a final goodbye? What did I do that was so wrong and so bad that after 6 years I don't deserve that? Yeah, at the very end, I lost my shit and I said some mean things, but you know what? Every other time you broke my trust, I was nice to you. I was, yes, I accepted you back. I wanted to believe in you again. I believed in you, and um, every other time throughout the years, in the end, I put up my guard because you took advantage of me. You took advantage of my niceness. You took advantage of me always being there and accepting you back and accepting the lies and the deceitfulness behind my back. and you never actually taking accountability for it. So I finally said, once you gave me your ultimatums, I was like, excuse me, but no, like, I don't deserve that. I'm a real person, and I'm nice, and I'm funny, and I'm good, and I'm kind, and I love people hard when I love them. I'm there for them always, and I push them to be better, and I help them as much as I can, and I'm like, when I love someone, I'm always there. Like, I never give up on someone, and I treat them with kindness and respect. And I work through things with them. And that's what I did with you. And I don't feel like I deserve just a complete slammed door in my face and locked and bolted and then run away from me. I don't think your next person deserves that either, because you know what's going to happen? Whether it's weeks or months or years later, it's going to happen again. Unless you can tie this up. It's what happened with your last relationship. I'm sure you had a great run of things with her too, but and I didn't even know this in the beginning, that you and her were still maybe sort of working things out. I didn't know that, but look what happened. So, had I known that, I never would have interfered in anything. Like I even said in the beginning, I was like, I don't want to interfere in anything because I thought you were still married. And I made that known. I was like, I'm not trying to like interfere in anything. I just wanted to be friends. Like literally just wanted to be friends. And then purely by accident or something, I don't know, we started talking. Um so don't blame me for this like failed relationship kind of a thing. Like I didn't even go into it with this intention to have a relationship. Oh yeah, like I'm, finishing off my marriage, and then suddenly I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm going to have a relationship with you. Really? No. That's not how it happened at all. But and then you didn't even start calling it a relationship until like a couple years later, or maybe 2 or 3 years, 5 years later, like our relationship. And I'm just like, what? Really? Like, you. Okay, so there was sex involved. So I guess that made it a relationship? Or do you just consider like you're just gonna use someone for sex and like there's no relationship? A relationship is like sex plus communication, basically. So, but in March, you started that with me again. So don't blame me for like trying to have a relationship again. Like you did that. You know what I mean? So, and then you start telling me, like, I can't talk to you again because you're going to think that we're in a relationship. Really? But then you have to mess it up by breaking, like, just like literally cutting communication with me everywhere, pretending I don't exist, and making it even worse. Like I had just learned this stuff about you, and I'm like, the next day I'm like nursing my own sorrows by myself, and you send me this message saying you're gonna just cut me off because I'm gonna think we're in a relationship again if we talk again. Like really, dude, I'm not that fucking immature. I'm sorry, I'm going off, but like like this is the thing. It's like That's ridiculous. And you know what? It wasn't me that had those conceptions. It was you. You were afraid that we were going to get tied up in something again if you kept talking to me. But you know what? We were doing just fine being friendly and like talking every now and then. Like, that's cool. Like, I can do that. I did not assume we were in a relationship. Okay? I didn't. Stupid. This is so dumb. I'm sorry. Like, this is just so stupid. It's so dumb. And it has created so much freaking upset and chaos. And confusion. I am a mature adult, a mature woman adult. I can be friends with someone I've been in a relationship or situationship or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We were actually fucking engaged at one point, but whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, I can be friends and not put that on the line. I can be friendly, like, and we can, occasionally just say hi so that it's not like this weird thing and it doesn't create all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I can do that. I was doing that. However, when there were lies discovered, I wanted truth be known. So, like, but don't blame me for that. You know what I mean? Like, that was not me. I didn't do that. Yeah, I know my arms are fat right now. I'm working on it. Okay, so shut up. So, anyway, I'm gonna work on my shit. And that's what I'm gonna do. Don't tell me this is not recording. Oh, it is. Anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I didn't do that. I did not screw it up so that we couldn't stay friends or like not even like friends, like we're best buddies, but like, just like we're cool. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do that, and it has created a lot of misunderstanding and upset. And quite honestly, what's the word for it? Unnecessary traffic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's created that and unnecessary attention. Do you know, like, do you get me? Um, all I wanted was like a nice goodbye. Like, or just like, the last conversation that we had. Fine. You didn't have to send the next day, like literally so soon after that, the text that you were never going to speak to me again because you thought I'm somehow going to think we're in a relationship, which is absolute bullshit because I was already letting go. Like, I was in the middle of, like, the next day I was in the middle of like letting go of everything. I was sad, I was angry, I was like whatever, but I was keeping it to myself. I wasn't, we're talking about the next day, right? I wasn't trying to talk anymore. Like, I wasn't, like, I didn't want to. I was done. But then you send that to me, and it was just another slap in the face. And it was just like, wow, how can you even do this to me? I just, I can't even understand how you can just do this to me and think that this is gonna be the best way to end things and solve things. And you know what I mean? Like, why would you do that to somebody? That, in my mind, is very mean. And after that, yeah, I was like, well, fuck you. Like, just how dare you? Like, after that was when I sent a bunch of mean messages, and then it was like, oh, you're just a bad person. No, I was horrified at this whole situation, and you needed to just leave me alone and let me sit in it and let me process it. So I want to go back to just before that and let, like, just let it be, like, just say, hey, can we just resume a peaceful communication line? You know what I mean? Like, just resume like, just like, whatever, like, but no lies, okay? And if you're afraid of telling me the truth, maybe that's why you won't talk to me. Why would you be afraid of telling me the truth? Because you're afraid that I'm going to react, because I'm going to, like, I don't know, whatever. Um, like, when you told me that stuff before, like, I did kind of react in myself. I was a bit shocked, but it was sort of like, well, I was keeping the worst part of it to myself, really, honestly. And that's pretty much how it would be. Like, if you just, like, let that be, you can tell me the truth, but let me have my hurt. Let me have that, because that should be deserved. Like, let me just process it on my own without you wondering or worrying, or like, what is she gonna do? Like, nothing. I'm not gonna do anything besides, it's going to affect me. It's going to hurt me. I'm going to cry. I'm going to have to deal with it. It's going to take time, and it's going to take like, feelings and emotion, and I'm going to have to sit in that pain. But I can do that on my own. It doesn't mean you have to do anything. Like, you just give me the truth and let me sit in it. And it's like, so if that hurts you, then why did you do it? If hurting me doesn't hurt you, you didn't love me. You were using me. That's the truth. But if it does hurt you, and you're just trying to avoid that because it's so shameful and hurtful to you to see how much it hurts me, I don't really have an answer for you. Like, it will hurt, but let it hurt, because the truth is better than lying, or I don't know. Like, it's better than hiding shit. Um and that next day, I had no plans to go talk about anything on YouTube. I had no plans of any of that. It was just, I just wanted to sit with it and just go through it on my own. You know? And that was back in March. So all of my shit since then has been an effort to try to deal with that, and then getting blocked and uh you know told lies about myself, basically, saying that I'm gonna think we're in a relationship if you ever talk to me again. That's utter bullshit. uh that was very hurtful. And then you just, completely cutting communication with me. It's just sort of like, what do you think I'm gonna, like, I'm not gonna try to interfere with you having another relationship. Like, I went into it saying I didn't want to interfere if you were, like, you know still married, or like whatever the fuck. Like, I didn't want to interfere, and that goes, that's the same. I just want to end things on a good note. I just want to end things on a good vibe with honesty, not where you think you're so holier than thou, and like you have to hide things from me. Like, if you talk to me, like, oh, I can't tell you about this, I can't tell you about this, I can't tell you, but hey, wish you well, bye. No, not like that. It has to be like fully, like, you know what I mean? Like totally cool, and like friends, like a true friend would be, like, honest. I can't even be on, like, friends with somebody who's not honest with me. It's like, well, so if you are honest with me, great. Well, okay, fine. Like, I can deal with that. Like, I can deal with it. It's okay. I'm not gonna go just, jump in the lake. If you tell me, oh yeah, I slept with 10 girls since you, or like whatever. Like, I'm now in a relationship and I'm now dating someone else. Like, okay, fine, whatever. But like, I just hate that it was left so wrongly between us. Can't you see that? Can't you see? I'm sitting here pouring my heart out. Like, can't you see that it's better to leave it on a good note? And I've been, like, for months, this has been tying up my attention, and I know it's not going to go away. Like, it's like do or die for me on the attention thing. Like, I either have my conversation, my little, conversation that you said you would give me, I don't know, a few weeks, a month, two ago. And then because of some misguided assumption, whatever, like whatever the fuck, maybe I said something when I was drunk. I don't know, but yes, I have sometimes drank to try to get rid of this shit. But I'm trying not to anymore. But like, you said you would talk to me and give me a final conversation. Please do that. Just for the sake of humanity, just for being a decent fucking nice guy. Can't you do that, Grant? Please? What, like, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to hurt you? How are you going to be so hurt by me if you do that? What am I going to say? Oh, wow, you did this, that, and the other thing. So what? So if you did that, fine, admit it and just move on. Like who cares anymore? Who cares? I don't. I just want a conversation to tie things up. I want you to give me peace. I want you to give me forgiveness for whatever you're holding against me. I want you to hold true the things that we started with about each other, and just like have that as, oh no, I can't do that because that means we'll be back in a relationship. No, no. That's where maturity comes into it. You have to just go, okay, so we had this, we both think each other is a good person, and that's cool. Like, we acknowledge that, and then just like leave it on a good note and be cool, honest with each other, and like just okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, not bothered by like, oh, you're gonna ask me questions of like, oh God, like, so what? So leave it on a good note. Like, I mean, what does it even matter if I know that you slept with three people since me, or whatever, or that you're dating a bunch of other people? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, we had a good run of things, so leave it with the person that you have been in communication with, or had been in communication with. Leave it good. That's all I'm asking. Please. Yeah, sure, I miss you, but like that doesn't have to enter into it. Yeah, sure, I love you, but whatever. Like, that doesn't have to enter into it. The fact is, the bare minimum is just leave it on a good note. You know what I mean? Like, just leave it good. Like, we're cool. Nobody, like, I'm not gonna come, you know, after that. Like, I'm not gonna come chasing after you. I'm not gonna blah blah blah. You're so afraid, and like, oh my gosh, he's just gonna come after me, and like, oh no, like, you go do your dating with other people. If you're in a relationship, great, go do that. Um, Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're living, like, I hope you're happy, but like, I'd like to receive the same thing back, like, I, I want like some kind of a reciprocal, like, tie up. You know what I mean? Like, it just, otherwise, this is going to continue for years in my universe. Like, sure, you don't care anymore, and you're happy, and you're like whatever, and moving on, and blah blah blah. But like, come on, man, you left some mess behind you. Like, can't you just stop, turn around, and like say, hey, let's tie it up, and like, you know and then we're done. That's it. Like, literally, that's it. Just turn around, finish it off on a good note. Don't put like resistance there, because like, it's sort of like you get what you resist, right? So like, don't put resistance there. And I've resisted, I know, like, I've resisted, this whole situation, whatever. But like, just like, leave it as like cool, and like, we're cool. It's like there's no big deal. Like, there's like blockages are removed. It's like, okay, cool. I don't need to keep coming back to you and going like, oh, like, so what about this? And so what about, no. Do you get it? Like, just just leave it cool. Leave the channel open, and you'll see that I don't have any reason to like try to, you know, rebuild anything with you right now. Like, I don't have any reason for that. But at the same time, it's sort of like, well, gee, like we spent so much time. Like, I just sort of figured like you would still stay in touch every now and then. Like, I mean, I didn't cheat on you. I didn't, um, you know what I mean? Like, those couple of people that I met up with from Facebook in January, that was like right after you said we were done. They were from Facebook, not Facebook dating, not from a dating app, and it wasn't even for that purpose. Like, I reached out to them and I was just like, "Hey, so do you want to meet up at a local restaurant? Like, we could just hang out, like, you know, talk or whatever, like hang out, stuff like that." That literally, like, I haven't done anything like that since then. There were two people, one guy who I haven't talked with since, and the other guy was just like not even, it wasn't a, like it wasn't from a dating app. It was after you had said, and by the way, you were already on dating apps and dating other people at the same time. You had told me we were done. So it's not even the same thing. You were dating other people before you'd even told me we were done. Like, you were on dating apps in December, so it's not even the same thing at all. The only other time that I met someone in Pine Mountain Club or like Fraser Park was like last year. The other time you told me that we were done and you'd blocked me and called me crazy and all this kind of crap. Um over something ridiculous which I won't go into right now. But anyways, um I don't even know why I'm wasting my time on this. I don't know why. I do not know why. I wish I had an answer. And I wish I could just, you know, not care. Stupid, isn't it? Really dumb. Okay, bye.